Hello, friends of O Universe. Welcome back to this week's vlog. Today I'm talking about a really personal story, and we're going to talk about turning self-judgment into self-acceptance, something that's so important on our journeys. But before we jump into that, I just wanted to remind you that it's also important to know how you make decisions for your career and in your life, and what brings you to feeling satisfied and successful. So I have a quiz called a decision style quiz that you can take at o-universe.com/quiz. Okay, let's jump right into it. Hi, I'm Regina C. Minier, ex-corporate pharma leader turned entrepreneur. In 2009, I decided to take a big leap into the unknown and embarked on a journey to following my intuition, or what I now call my inner authentic voice. Through all the lessons learned, I have taken my personal and professional journey and created a simple roadmap to find your true north through the power of your own inner authentic voice. By using these tools and practices, you'll discover fulfillment, joy, and reassurance in making your own life's important decisions. It is no coincidence we have found each other. It was early 2020. We were at the start of the lockdown in the global pandemic in San Francisco, and I was working at a small startup in the pharmaceutical industry building a medical education department when I received the much anticipated email invite from my new VP. I was actually being let go from my role after 14 months at the company. The pandemic had impacted the company's ability to launch its new drug therapy, and a round of layoffs resulted. I was impacted. Even though I knew the layoff was coming, it's hard not to be scared. The fear automatically started to creep in. Then, as the information started to sink in, the ego stepped in and the anger followed. The thoughts of, "Who do you think you are?" creeped in. I'm a valued asset and the only one driving results in this department. But after the dust settled, I reached out to my network and everyone was offering to help me get my next role at their pharma company. I had 10 years working as a clinical pharmacist and 10 years as a pharma leader under my belt, so all I needed to do was update and send my CV. But when I was about to update it and email it to my network, I felt chest tightness and knots in my stomach. It was the most horrible feeling. I knew it wasn't the right answer. I wrote to my friends in high places and said, I'm going to take the weekend to think this over before applying back into a full-time role. What I realized that weekend was that 3 months earlier, I had written in my journal that I wanted more time, space, and resources to explore this thing that has been calling me for the past 7 years. It was this inner voice that said I was meant for more, that I was meant to do something else, but I didn't know what that something else was. I had basically received what I asked for, manifesting my way to more time, space, and resources. The layoff was actually a gift. By this time, I was already working with a life coach whose teachings were based on the book Seed of the Soul by Gary Zukav, what I call the woo-woo stuff. The answer was clear. I couldn't apply back for a full-time role. I decided to do what felt right, light, and freeing, which was to take a summer off to figure out what was calling me. It was scary, but necessary. After 3 months, and applying the new tools I was coached to use, I finally discovered what was calling me. I decided to launch O Universe, which is about helping professionals make career and life decisions that not only look successful on paper, but actually feel good and aligned on the inside. I am now an intuitive business strategist and life coach, teaching people how to tune in to their own inner wisdom, what I call your inner authentic voice. Now, the biggest obstacle I've had to overcome during this journey is turning self-judgment into self-acceptance. So what does that mean exactly? Before I knew what I know now through all this inner wisdom work, I, like many others in the corporate world, identified myself with my professional role and title. Your self-worth becomes tied to how big your salary is, how big your title is, and how busy you are. The bigger your title, team, and salary, the more valued you are to yourself, your peers, family, and friends. This is a belief system that needs to be changed. As I listened to what lit me up and made me excited and stopped doing what made me feel less free, my true self began to reveal itself. And when my authentic self began to show up as this intuitive coach, it was something completely different from my traditional family-approved and culturally approved corporate pharmaceutical leader role. I had to decondition myself from what was taught to me that folks who do this kind of woo-woo work are weird and less than. I had to learn how to stop self-judgment and accept who I was meant to be. It's not rocket science, but it's something to be aware of, and awareness is the first step to changing something that is not serving you, especially if you're thinking about a career change or move. So the first step is to be aware of what you believe to be true. Do you believe that your position, title, and salary define your self-worth? If you do, then the next step is to unlearn this belief and know that the two are not connected. The next step is to reframe this belief to knowing that you are enough as you are. You can choose what to believe. What you will discover is once you can accept yourself as you are and believe in yourself, then the opportunities and what your heart desires will begin to unfold for you. So for you viewers, the one thing I'd love to share with you that has been instrumental on my journey is to know that you have all the answers within you. Your inner authentic voice will be your trusted guide on your professional and personal journey. It will nudge you to call someone who could help you. It will nudge you to take the next right career move that's for you. It will empower you to find your voice and feel confident. It speaks to you through how your body feels. Know that you can develop this intangible skill set through tangible and practical exercises. The first step is to learn how you make decisions. Are you more analytical and logical, or do you use the hidden skill but don't even know it? Or perhaps you embrace your intuitive intelligence, but how you use it may not be optimized. So you can take my decision style quiz to learn more about how you make decisions so that you can learn about your blind spots and how you can optimize this skill that everyone has the ability to use but has been taught and deconditioned to ignore it. Go to o-universe.com/quiz to take the decision style quiz and learn how you make decisions. Until next time, love and light to you all.